deal. I'm only 23, already see my first meal. Dance, I can't hit that bitch unless. What up, Music NFT Radio? We are back with another podcast episode 5 in 2 days. Let's do it. We're running it up. We have our good friend and OG on radio, Benny Groove. And today we're going to talk about the making of Music NFT Radio. So Benny has been here since the beginning. DJ Groove has been going in and it's been such a great time, man. So I just wanted to talk about this for everyone and just talk about the inception of Music NFT Radio and how all this got started. And I think it's only fitting if we talk about the first time that you ever came on stage. And I remember back, I had asked you, I had said, hey, Benny down there, I'm going to bring you up on stage for a free NFT. Just, you got to let me know that you're diamond hands. And then you came in.
My exact words were, all I can say is Lambo, Lambo, Lambo.
Let's go! Lambo, Lambo, Lambo.
Girl, you look amazing. No more makeup or we gon' be late. Yeah, they love to hate. Gotta let it dissipate.
Let's go. Dude, that Lambo answer was the best answer you could have possibly given. It was so funny, dude. You brought the good energy from the moment you've come into Music NFT Radio. You brought that good energy. You were here when we had almost nobody in the room. You were here from the very beginning. You always said you were going to hold your NFTs for the Lambo, Lambo, Lambo. So those 3 words have, very much been defining to this show, Music NFT Radio. Of course, Crypto Rich, you knew what to say. So that was so dope, man. And it's just fun thinking back. That was in the very beginning before this was anything. We barely could get, 5 or 10 people in the room at that time. And it's come so far, and you've been here building the whole time. I mean, it's been incredible, man. So, why don't you just talk a little bit about, how did you even end up in my Music NFT Radio and in looking at music NFTs at all?
So I could start with just a quick backstory of how I started looking at music NFTs. It was Gary Vee who I watched a lot, and he was talking about NFTs a lot and crypto. So I was like, what are these? So I got on Twitter and started doing my research, and then I found music NFTs, and I found all these amazing artists, and I was like, wow, I can actually get to connect with all my favorite artists on social media and tell them how much I love their music and show them how much I love their music. It was an insane concept for me. And then started buying some NFTs, and I found Music NFT Radio from one of my friends, Spence the Guru, an OG Music NFT Radio supporter. And so I hopped into the space that he was in, and I just chilled and listened to the music at work. It was just a completely different space that I'd never seen before, all music focused. And Dill was just this beacon of light in the music NFT community, just given the real alpha, not no FUD, no BS. He was one of those dudes that told it how it was, and I respected that. And so I just started listening for a while at work, enjoying the music, and he was giving away NFTs. Dill, I know you could talk about that. You were giving away NFTs like crazy at the beginning.
Yeah, that was a big part of starting up the show, especially in the beginning, was giving away NFTs and getting people excited about that. I still give away NFTs and I still buy NFTs from the community. That's a part of it. But that was really helpful in the beginning, especially to get people excited about the concept and really incentivized to stay in here. And I'm sure I could be smart to do more giveaways again, but there's just been so much going on. But yeah, I still do giveaways all the time, and I'm happy to do them. And that was a essential part of getting it going. I mean, I think it adds a lot of fun, right? So that's why I like having these Solana NFTs and Polygon NFTs that are easy to do, just a fun giveaway. So yeah, when you were coming in, I mean, I was literally just bringing people up and giving away NFTs. Now it's like we got our core homies, we got people that come in all the time, and of course, I'm still happy to give away NFTs, but it's become a completely different community, right? It's just grown so much and so incredibly fast.
And yeah, that's the crazy thing is, like, you gave me an NFT, and then after that, I went and purchased 3 more from you. Like, on, it was a Solana NFT, and I knew how valuable it was just from the get, like Lambo, 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 baby. But then after being on Music NFT Radio and actually, like, really getting to know you and getting to know everybody around you in the community, I was like, wow, like, I really need to be a part of this. And you kept on encouraging me to come back up on stage and just hang out and listen to the music. And when you're there chilling, like, we'll chop it up and talk about what you got going on. And you'd always ask me, like, oh, you make music, like, let's hear some songs. And I wasn't that keen on it, but I wanted to help any way I could. And so one of our friends, Taylor Alexander, he suggested that I create a DJ name. So I took on, like, a way different task than I ever envisioned when I was coming into this space. Like, I was just here to enjoy the music and support the artists. And now I became a part of the community just by being myself and loving the music. And that was so much fun. So I became DJ Groove for a while, and just announcing all the songs and letting speakers come up on stage when I'm co-hosting, bringing new artists into Music NFT Radio community. Like, it was so much fun. And you encouraged me to, like, have a voice in this community, Dale. Like, just by you having such a strong voice and always speaking your mind.
Well, thanks, man. We definitely got to get you into co-host again soon because, I've just been grinding on all this stuff, but I definitely want you to come in and co-host sometime, man. You're always welcome. Just hit me up. Let's get you on stage to co-host. I'm happy to. We got Steve here now from his interview earlier, but we're more than happy to have you up here, man. We'll get you in for co-hosting too. So I appreciate that. And also, I want to talk about a little bit about where Music NFT Radio came from, right? Because that was a great perspective of what it was like coming in at the beginning. And I want to talk a little bit about what it was like creating it from the beginning, right? Because this all just started with the idea that I want people to hear my music and I want people to hear this album. I could talk about NFTs all day, but the thing is, I put in so much time and effort to this album, and that's really what the best thing is as far as my artwork, right? Like, the NFTs are dope, the artwork's dope, but the music is what it's about. So this all came from the idea that I just wanted to play the music. I thought, we're on Twitter Spaces all day. Why not just play the music? So I started playing Crypto Rich. And I also realized that, like, I have a 19-song album. It's 30 minutes long. So I can pretty much play it on loop and people wouldn't even know the music yet. So I did that for a while. And then people started coming in and they would come hang out. Like, Benny would just come hang in the room, or others would come and they would ask me to play their music. And so I started saying, like, all right, yeah, like, I'll play their music. Like, I started playing my friends' songs, and I realized that kept everyone engaged and it helped everyone, supported everyone. So I started playing more and more artists' music. And I think that was just such a big part of how it started growing, because I started to realize that I could help support other artists too. And so it started out, though, really as just me wanting to play my music. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Like, I was just thinking, how can I get my music out there? What can I do? And then it's turned into this amazing radio station where I'm playing artists from Web3, all different types of music. I'm giving away NFTs. And it just happened naturally. It literally evolved from me playing music into my phone while I would hold it over my laptop speakers, literally. And from there, it's become a whole studio dedicated setup with high quality audio. And it's come so far. And I mean, Benny, remember, like I would be talking like I was almost in a trap, okay? Because I had to play music out of my computer into my phone like all day. And then it was growing so quickly and I was so excited, but I couldn't use my phone or computer for anything other than playing music. So like I could go take a break to eat lunch, but I couldn't text anyone or do anything on my computer during that time. But it was worth it because I mean the radio was growing and that was my goal, right? And I knew the potential. So I didn't want to stop. But it was funny because I called it my escape room.
I was literally gonna say that, man. The 13 days you spent locked in the room trying to figure out how you could surf through the metaverse and also be doing your thing, like,
Yeah,
oh my gosh, that was such a like fun time. And like
I know, dude.
watching the ideas grow literally right there real time, because you were just trapped in there and the only people you could talk to were us, like, and so you're just telling us everything that's going on, like smoking weed and buying NFTs, eating fruit, like doing your thing, like, you know, you're inspiring, man. Like, that's real grind. You locked yourself in that
I
room for
know, dude.
13 days straight.
Sometimes you gotta lock yourself in and just figure it out and hustle. But yeah, dude, I mean, I literally called it the escape room because I didn't know what I needed to get out of this situation. I knew there was a way that I could figure out how to play the music into the phone all the time. But I would like order the first couple things I ordered came and then like it wasn't all the things I needed. Like I needed some more wires. So you can imagine that took like 2 or 3 days for the first things. And then like the second things came and then it would be like only part of it. So like I would be able to like play music, but I still had to do it out of my computer. And so it ended up taking like almost 2 weeks before I had all the parts I needed. But slowly I would like unlock little bits of freedom. So it really was like putting together some kind of puzzle. I think of it like an escape room because it's like, how do I automate this radio thing so I can just, I don't know, go to the gym? I mean, like go out for dinner, maybe? Like, so it was a crazy couple weeks, but I think it was worth it. And look at what we've turned into now. We're running a high quality audio live podcast. I mean, it's crazy, man. And yeah, I mean, it's been so awesome to be there since the beginning. And I'm glad it can inspire like you to get into NFTs and get in more into music NFTs, even releasing your own music and stuff like that too. I mean, if you want to talk a little bit about how that went, you know, as you've gotten more and more involved in radio.
Yeah, I would love to talk about that, Dylan. It's really awesome because you definitely pushed me just to have a voice in this community, and then let alone start like actually presenting my music in spaces. You were literally the one who bought me an iRig and an iPod so I could go and play my music in spaces. Like, it really like inspired me being around all these other artists, you know, 'cause like you said, you just wanted to have your music heard at the beginning, and that's like the most important thing. Is like, these days with the algorithms of these big streaming platforms, it's hard to get your music heard. And so that's the, like, hearing your music every day, hearing like new artists come in and play their songs, and then I'd be like, oh wow, I heard that song, and adding it to my playlist. And it was like so inspiring, and it pushed me to want to like start creating my own music again. And like, I was just slowly dipping my toes in, and I was like, I need to just dive right in and not have any regrets, because I don't want to go my life saying, "Oh, I didn't give it my all." Like, at least I tried, you know. And so yeah, I became Benny Groove. I dropped DJ Groove and I just became Benny Groove, and actually released my first NFT on Mint Songs a month after joining Music NFT Radio. And when I first joined, I just came there to support other artists and like connect with them. And now I'm connecting with other people because of my art. And so it's just, it's flipped, and I'm still doing, connecting with other artists and finding new music every day. it's just beautiful, man.
Dude, it's so awesome. And to see you branching out, meeting others in the community is so great. Like, we also talked about having you bring on some more artists for interviews and stuff like that. I think it's awesome. I would love to have you do that. Also, about the iRig and stuff, it's dope. And I actually have to travel to NFT NYC soon. So maybe you can help me out during my moment of travel that day. We'll see if we can work it out so that you can DJ actually for maybe that day while I'm traveling. We'll see if we can help you get that all set up and ready to go. So yeah, we'll talk about that. Where you're going to be bringing people on the show. That's super dope, man. I can't wait for that. Also, you did a show with a legend, Mickey Avalon. You know, My Dick. So, I mean, who doesn't like the song My Dick? So let's go. That's so dope, man.
My dick is like super size. Yo dick is like 2 fries.
Let's go. So
And
fire. What about Jane Fonda? That's another banger from Mickey.
yo, that is a slept on banger. Oh my gosh, it's insane because, like you said, I was branching out into other communities, and one day I met Stilo from the Dope Stilo music group, and he was just like, "Hey Benny, like you make music, like DJ Group, you make music?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He's like, "Well, show me a song." So I had Float that I had just made with my friend, and I played it for him with the iRig that you gave me, and was able to give full quality audio to them, and they loved it. And he was like, "Do you want to perform with me in the metaverse?" And I was like, just so blown away because I wasn't even thinking about making music a month ago, let alone performing. And we ended up getting Mickey Avalon to headline for us in Spatial. We had a packed house, 50 people in the room, the max capacity in Spatial. People were trying to get in. It was insane. And it was crazy because it was kind of the first time people in IRL started like paying attention to what I was doing in my music in general. Because I had always been making music in the background, and I tried this music career thing 3 years ago, and there was a lot of people who told me no. But when I came into this community, like Stilo, DJ Mackie, Mickey's producer, Mickey, all the guys that Poison Peso, Lucky, like all these guys, Shane, there's so many names, Jaden, Shark, Hurricane, like I've met so many guys now in this space that have told me yes. You know, people in the industry always told me no, and everybody in this community has told me yes, yes, you can. And you were the first to do that, Dill. And Music NFT Radio will always hold a special place in my heart. It's my community, you know. And I just love everything about music NFTs, and I'm so excited to like say like I have a music NFT out, and I'm dropping more soon, and I'm going to be doing more metaverse concerts that like I know people are going to pay attention to, because this Web3 space is coming, and it's coming fast.
Hell yeah, man. I appreciate you being here. It's so awesome to have you in the community and to see how far it's come. You know, now we got this recorded. It's going directly onto YouTube and podcast sites right after. And it's just about telling the story, man. I mean, a lot has happened in the last 67 days, I believe it is, right? So much has happened here in the last 67 days. We need to document it. We need to tell the story. You're a crucial part of the story. I'm so happy to have you on here talking about it. We need to get the other OGs on, you know, to talk about their part of the story and everything like that. But man, you're one of the true OGs, and we're so happy to have you in this community. And it's great to see you out there doing other stuff with music NFTs, getting involved in the community, all because of Music NFT Radio. Let's go. It's dope, man. And I want you to keep going. I want you to bring more people onto the show for interviews. You know, you're leading the way. You're interview number 5. So you're one of the first interviews getting locked in there. So I'm happy to have you here, man. You'll always be a part of Music NFT Radio.
Dill, I appreciate you, bro. And anytime, I know that like you're busy a lot, but anytime you want to come check out Spatial, and I hope someday we can do concerts in there together. Like,
Hell yeah, man. I'm open to it. We'll figure it out, man. Just hit me up. You have the NFT where you can lock in a anytime my calendar, and then we can do it. Like that's the easiest for me. Just because I'm busy, just toss it in there and write Spatial and put the link, and I'm set. I'll do that anytime, man. Happy to do it. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you're listening on YouTube or podcast sites or wherever you may be, thanks for listening in. Make sure to subscribe, give the video a like, comment, whatever you can do to support. And if you're here live on radio, make sure you retweet the room.
whoa now.
NFT Radio. What now? What now? What?
Yo, let's get a little bitty one time for the.
Oh yeah, let's close it out with Little Bitty. Tap
My
in live on Twitter 24/7. You know where it's at. You'll see me. You'll see Benny at all times of the day. Let's get it. Now tell me how you feel. I just